Sorry for 5 minutes late. Get in, everybody, get in with the beautiful music of DT8. Welcome, Friday. Welcome to the Friday Live Agile with your coach AF, the one and only. And by the way, AF could stand also for agility with fun. If you think about it, agility with fun, AF. Be positive. While everybody thinks of as something else, bad people. So let's do the tour of the social network very quick before we start the main subject of be real and authentic. So welcome, Twitter. Sorry for the feedback. I'm like the DJ of agility, isn't it? Now let's go see the constipated of LinkedIn. I'm like the DJ of agility, isn't it? That's right. There we go. Welcome, amazing and beautiful people. Here's your coach AF. We're going to start the show very soon. Bear with me, just Rumble now. Let's go to Rumble. That's perfect. Oh, and by the way, if you are on YouTube or Rumble, in the description below, you have links for everything, how to reach my team and myself at the Agile Lounge for Business Agility. And even though I will praise more decentralized platform and the ongoing and onward way, it seems that YouTube, we are phenomenal in numbers. And that their Real Agile podcast, the audio podcast, is the place. Right now we have the most bigger, smarter, amazing, fun community of people who write to us and everything. But nevertheless, it's amazing because a year ago I was in Mexico at this moment, between Merida and Playa del Carmen and Tulum, and we had only about 200 subscribers on the YouTube channel, and now we talked about 540, growing at a pace of 10 to 15 new subscribers. And I'm still amazed because every Friday we do a show. It's the 67th week in a row, or maybe we skip a couple while in vacation, because I always do a grid off at the end of August, beginning of September, to start the back to school fresh. As a trainer, you do the back to school. So in my year start on September 1st. So welcome everybody. I'm going to lower the music a little bit and I'm going to be with you intentionally with a quality of presence. I won't pay attention to any chat right now or any platform, but feel free, please feel free to ask your question, comment on what I'm saying. And towards the end of the show, in about 40 minutes, 45 minutes, I'm going to go a tour of everything from my Melon App Studio chat, where basically the Twitter and YouTube are getting inside there. And for Rumble, Instagram, and LinkedIn, I'm going to go do a tour and see and interact with you. Because today, we talk about fake versus real. And I'd like to bring a message to people about this fake it till you make it. That won't work because that's not part of authentic leadership and so on. And speaking of authenticity right now, let me share with you the fact that let's be authentic. Your coach AF right now, today, this Friday, May the 20th. I am very tired. I spent yesterday, Thursday, the last about 4 to 5 hours with 2 specialists at the hospital and so on. I'm not sick. I'm well, but apparently I'm in the age. I'm entering in the fall of my of my life very soon in the 50s. Yes, I'm going to be 50 years old for the next solar eclipse here in Montreal. So make the calculation. And it's kind of so yeah. That was the first time ever that I was going for at the hospital for myself. As you could see, I have a weight issue and a weight issue apparently, and I get an hernia because of sports. Because yeah, I'm still doing a lot of sports, by the way, 4 to 5 days of workout every week. And but that's why I met a very nice gentleman, and they oh my god, even in French I cannot endocrinology, an endocrinologue about the metabolism, and about things, everything. So now I went through a lot of tests, blood tests, resonance tests, and stuff. So we're gonna see. But yeah, I'm not necessarily asking you for empathy, but it's it's nice to start the show by telling you a little bit about me, about the real me, because we have a show. We have one of the first show of a series about what I call Dare to be Real. Find your real self. Be authentic while tuning your behavior, because of course being authentic doesn't mean that you could say F word to everyone. And authenticity is also showing that we are human on top of being any professional we are. Are you with me on this? Please tell me in the comment below. What do you think about that? How do you show up in the world? Are you show up in the world pretending? Are you show up at job like, are you doing a persona of yourself? Of course, Coach AF, some people wrote me that it's a persona. It is at some point, because I'd like to express something using a persona. It's a nice way. But when you are performing as a consultant, professional services, I think the next steps and the next level agile, the next level agility should be about that. It should be like what you see is what you get. So because if you don't like it, if you don't like the approach, if you don't like the behavior, if you don't like, the way that we could create safe space and open space to make you want doing change. We are in a change of business. We're in the remodeling of the new world of work. So we need an agreement. So that's why I'm going to develop more and more about this agreement-based agility and agreement-based change. So basically, and this week was a very busy week with my clients. I got a lot of empathy and and my prayer goes to some of my colleagues who lost loved one this week. Plus one of my clients, I've got a lot of empathy for them because they have a big turnover right now. And actually, I will say, like, speaking with other colleagues that are in consultancy, not just Agile, anything in consultancy, there's a lot of movement of work. So maybe we should do a roundtable about this and coming back to this. We call it what? The great quit. I don't remember exactly la grande démission in French. Like the great. It's amazing because not only before the crisis, we had a lot of people missing to do a specific job, especially on the SME, technology or even creative. But now they're moving a lot, and it's disrupting the team. It's disrupting because when you build a team, you want to evolve together, evolution over transformation. So that's just like yes. Anyway, so I'm Alexandre Frédéric Joly, your coach AF. But again, show positivity. Stop thinking that AFF first is my initial for Alexandre Frédéric. But if you want to make fun, and if you want to work with us and my coaches, it's Agile with fun. Yes, it's important. So today, so I'm tired, as I said. I'm concerned. I've got a lot of things to do this afternoon. I'm meeting new clients. I'm facilitating something very soon. So for those of you from online business system that's watching this on LinkedIn, yes, I'm going to be with you for your 12 Central, because right now it's 11:46 Eastern, and it's the first episode of a series that we're going to do about fakeness versus authenticity, about the stop pretending movement and everything. And I'm going in June to be in class myself to receive courses from online excuse me, online is my partner. The Open Leadership Network, especially to get better in my prestation, in my involvement in executive coaching and more. It's going to be more and more and more. By the way, next Wednesday, the 25th, Agile Boston is presenting still remotely, so it's open for the entire world, not just for the Bostonian. How to scale Scrum and do things that work authentically on invitation base with nevertheless then Daniel Mizik and others. So you will be more than welcome to join us 4:30 p.m. Anyway, and the pine link of Rumble and YouTube, you're gonna have all the link of the things that I'm talking about in this live show on this Friday, May the 20th, 2022, after the Roman Catholic Empire. And speaking of event, there's 20 plays, now only 13 plays left, or even 10 plays left for the Scrum Beer number 7, a full on-person event here in Montreal, Quebec, at the Crew Collective and Cafe, my co-working space, the space and the head office of Agile Lounge, my brand company. So join us. It's June 16. Again, Rumble and YouTube. You have the link in the description to subscribe. You have to subscribe. You have to be on the guest list for security purpose, as the co-working will be closed and they kind enough to give us the space for free. And you have to bring your own booze. Yes, you bring your own alcohol, drink, non-alcohol if you'd like to. And I'm gonna supply just a base of wine and some beer from a sponsor, but you better bring your own beer. And we're gonna talk about team working agreement with big canvases on the wall, and we're gonna have fun with post-its and stuff. So you're more than welcome. 5:30 p.m. Thursday, June 16, at 360 Saint-Jacques West Streets in the Old Montreal. It's a rendezvous. Now 10 spots left. Act fast because it's in a month from now, kind of. So I hope to join you there again. It's going to be really fun. And yeah, that's it. So enough for what we could call the marketing. And let's jump into this subject. I would like to, because I was disturbed by an email earlier of some people again and again on LinkedIn and Medium talking about the difference between a coach and a consultant now, because of course they still struggling about between a Scrum Master and a coach. But let me tell you right on the spot here. First off, if you describe yourself as an Agile coach, okay, it's because you have the ability, that's straightforward, you have the ability to provide guidance and propose things for the client to do by themselves. You never do anything. When you're a coach, you listen actively to then propose and always be the champion of change and motivating communication and so on and so on. So anyways, I'll give you a glimpse of what could be a Agile coach circle also. So coaching requires developing the client's ability or your coachee ability, okay, to solve a problem by themselves, to give them the road to self-sufficiency, using a wide range of tools that we learn by practicing it. It's even better. And that will be part of a series of our fake versus real, because unfortunately, and I stand my ground, that especially in the Montreal market and even Quebec wide, 85 to 90% of the soi-disant Agile coach and even Scrum Masters, and even now product owner, are right now, as we speak, fake Agile coach. They never practice anything, whether it's Agile software development with any frameworks, whether it's design thinking, whether it is anything of lean system, nothing. They didn't practice anything on the business, creative, or production side. And now just because they took a course and they've been granted a certification because it's a money scheme machine of the Agile Industrial Complex, boom, 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 they are certified. The market and the the recruiter, the C-level, the manager, they are very badly consult. And here's the thing, consult. What's a consultant? A coach is gaining you ability to solve your problem by yourself. Okay? And it will help you achieving your goal and setting accountability. And however, consulting involves helping the client solve their problem, be more involved. Aha. So you see, that's the big difference. This is the objective reality difference. The real aspect, the real consultancy, the real coaching. Not the opinion of Jean-Jacques or Martin that maybe are part of the 85% of fake coach with no experience at all and nothing. And now this eternal debate between a Scrum Master and an Agile coach. So let me again stand my ground and remind you again that Scrum is not Agile. Okay? Scrum is not a set of tools. Scrum is not even necessarily a framework of Agile. It was first in the 1980s, early 90s in Japan and Australia. It was a lean project management system that Dr. Jeff Shutterland, alone at the beginning, read a lot of paper from Takeshi Wanaka from Harvard Business School, and he started thinking of it as he was, I think, a VP of transformation, something like this, back in the day. And he was thinking of it to speed up the IT and software development project in 92, 93. So Scrum is a different story. Scrum by itself, it's its own system. And from that own system, with a great coach, a great consultant who've been in the trench, like yours truly, we could help you get real and get results based on outcome. And you could configure it. So that's, again, part of my next level agility, bringing also Scrum, if you choose it, if you choose to inspire yourself by the fundamental of Scrum. Okay? And of course, the Scrummies were part of this consortium of agility in 2001. 3 of them, including Mike Beadle and Ken Schreiber. Ken Schreiber was helping Shutterland to actually go into the market with that system, kind of commercializing it, but still open source, not forced like safe. That's another story for another fakeness. But anyway, so there's no Scrum Master versus Agile Coach. And the role of consultancy and the role of professional services, we could have a description, not a prescription, but a description of a difference between those who will claim to be Agile Coach and those who are Scrum Master. Scrum Master is the coach. He's a coach of teams that and within organization, could be also the coach within an organization of any size, that adapted the Scrum system and techniques and the value of Scrum. That's it. It's simple as it. DSM isn't for a longer term with teams, as the coach, the Agile coach, could be in for a shorter term. And the Agile coach is more with a broader experience, and he will be framework agnostic. Yes. And where I seem to disagree with some kind of big consulting firm is when they say that a Scrum Master or a kind of a junior coach. That's not true, because I've worked with high potential and experienced Scrum Master that, as the guide described, not prescribe again, have and should have access to leadership up to the C-suite level and bigger organization, and are there to also sensibilize them and consult them about Scrum, as the Agile coach mostly will do. And now we're going to put enterprise Agile coach if they do. So there's no hierarchy. You are coach or you are owner, period. Okay? So that being said, let me ask you a question, and I want you to comment below. Comment anywhere you're watching this. If you have a space to comment, otherwise you could write to me at coach@agile-lounge.com. You answer. You answer about. Have you found your true self? Have you found your real self? Because what is the point of truth? Tell me. Because other people said like it's all starts with self. And the self is a purpose. That's why are we here? Yes, I'm gonna dare like I think so. Do you know what's real? Do you know your true self? Why always pretending? Why always putting a mask on? Why faking it until you make it? Why are you so full of vanity? All this will make you a fading consultant and coach, especially in playing with people change and their behavior and organization transformation. As you should be more in contact and in context to drive evolution by acting with your experience and showing them what it's possible. Nothing easy. Be real. It's too easy. You're fake. You know that the key element in value alignment, and when we talk about value alignment or a shared vision, and when you practically want to bring a team together, business and IT, marketing and production, sales and services, always that duality or that silos, but the value alignment with a shared vision. Why is your company exist? Why do you exist as a consultant, as an independent contractor? What is the product you develop? What is the service you offer? Align it to your true self. Align it to your passion. If it's only to gain ends meet, and I'm not here to say it's right or wrong here. I'd like to create a safe podcast, a safe space for you also to express your comment without being deleted. So please tell me if I'm wrong, because I'm not here to be right or wrong. I'm here to express what I'm observing, what I'm experiencing. Yes, experiencing. I am discovering right now in many enterprises of all sizes that I'm participating as a consultant or a coach, but especially the medium and large one, that there is a lack of that shared and cleared vision because of non-value alignment, because of no intention of being present, of taking the time to stop, step back, reflect, and adapt. Worst, there's no invitation, no intention of the management instead of leadership to promote the enterprise value and open a conversation about their vision. And I would like to give a kudos to Online Business System that I'm really proud to be part of since about 6 months now. Because they have a onliner code, they have a credo, they show it up to everyone on their main website. They're not just using it as a recruitment buff. And when they're on board, new consultant, a new partner, a new vendor, they really take the time to go through this 5 key core value. It's amazing. I think every organization that take it seriously should do it with intention. And then after, you have a lot of interaction with your fellow onliner where you actually always making it intentional and practicing it and encourage others to practicing it. And you have the right to mistake and learn from it and be better for the next time with great conversation. So anyways, I think more you pretend, more you do pretension, more you fake it till you make it. It's not the right path of learning and improve and evolve within an organization or even for yourself. because there's no non-self. It's yours. So my day is going very well. How thought I am being, doing and being. I am being awesome and uncovering, sorry, the importance of switching my mindset right now from the verbs to have and to do through to be and to act, activate. And within the group, I'd like to co-activate. So am I just an evolved ape and the 3% of humanity who like to dare cause trouble? Am I causing trouble? Am I troubling you? If I'm troubling you, if you feel uncomfortable with my saying my proposition, maybe you need to learn something from yourself because your perception is projecting into me. I care to get out of the illusion game because that is not ethical to play a game unless you agree on the rule and play together. So again, I'd like to invite you to think of and collectively create evolution over transformation, agreement over engagement, and so on and so on. It's incredible what I'm seeing right now. Too much people are not taking the time for themselves, their family, and it show up at work the same way. And by the way, remote working virtually or in person is the same thing. It's even worse in person. There is a lot of problem with time management, they say, with capacity, they say. But actually, often it's not the capacity issue. It will be more a kind of this listing of value thing, or what they call in the Agile world, especially inspired by Scrum again, this backlog management, this backlog refinement, the clarity into the things we have to do. We have a list of things to do. Sometimes we have too much things to do, and we're not doing the right thing with the right people, and then we fail, but we don't even learn because we are too shy or too obsessed with pretending. We cannot accept that we failed. We are full of vanity and we don't want to not apologize or justify, but step back and realize that, yes, I made a mistake with you. I'm so sorry about it. So let's not do it again. And I'm listening to you now. So tell me in the comment, because I'd like to listen to you. I'd like to read you. Tell me. Not if I'm right or wrong, but what do you think from the deep of your true self? So, when I said last week that agility, or 2 weeks ago, agility is for high potential people who don't care about practices, but do have patterns and system focus on outcome. It's because they seek the best that can deliver. Not managing, not consulting, that just talk shit. Sorry, it is. A lot of people are talking, but they don't listen. They don't engage. So if you don't engage in a conversation and a real Socratic dialogue with open-ended questions, and sometimes with yes and no question and no, why not, how could you really assess and very understand the needs of your clients, your coachee, your mentee, and even your student if you're a teacher? Think about it. Really think about it. So that was kind of my point on this Friday, and a series of many other episodes that will talk about this kind of real versus fake, but it's more than real versus fake. It's about inviting people, stop pretending, and start being more authentic with respect to one another, with creating a space where we could understand each other, shared value together, having alignment, be different and together. Because yes, our differences should be used as something to motivate us to go further. Otherwise, you just impose, or is this what we call the hypopotame, and a meeting, whether it's virtual or in person. It's always the older or the most well-paid or the more extrovert, sorry, that will take the space. And let me tell you, as a facilitator, I shut them up. I tried to create a space where everyone could have its say, with technique, with voting, with maybe at some point anonymous type of thing before or after a session to make sure that we get everything. Because you cannot force someone who is shy or quiet to be paused, but you could actually, as a great facilitator, create persona into your meeting and clearly identify who is the hypopotable, the loud mouth. You could also identify the silent one. And there's also the but. Not the but like the robot, but sometimes they intend to do but those are but. They always say but, yeah, but, yeah, but. So they always disrupt everything. So you have to manage those three persona within your team or your meeting or what have you. And a great facilitator is identifying them, and he will use them at some point. And you will try to call out some other people respectfully by creating a space where they could express themselves. So it's really complicated. That's what I'm saying. But imagine that you just have let's say 3 weeks of reading plus the boot camp of Scrum Alliance or Agile Alliance or even the ICF for that matter. And you were before, I don't know, a business analysis or whatever. You did something like you were part of a team, but you never facilitated a team with SME and engineer and stuff. So me, when I started to be a Scrum Master, I was first a customer experience designer. Okay, mapping a customer journey with marketing and sales and call center operation, merging them together. So I kind of had the base of, facilitating things to make sure that the design I was doing was good for the business outcome that the marketing were seeking, and also like how it's impact the call center agent and the chat people and the people receiving emails and stuff, and bringing it with the technology in the middle. So it was a kind of a three-way circle. So that's why at some point the engineer, when we went to another kind of more complex product within that same company, they asked me do you know Scrum, and we'd like you to be our Scrum Master because project management won't go well with that because it's new language, computer language, it's new things, it's that, and we have to have access to the user, which is the pilot and the teacher and so I've learned that way. But at first I was like, I forget so many things. I didn't know all the techniques that I know now and that we know now. So, but I did practice a lot, and I searched myself, and then after I get certified later because the market imposed it. But it's one thing good with certification when you are experienced, is it's confront your habit, and you could learn more new thing with other people. I was saying before, alignment is not to have consensus. Alignment is you share the same passion of transforming the world of work, but you might do it differently because you're from a different culture, different size of enterprise, but you're going to share together that vision and also the tactical thing that you could apply even to your team and your organization. So that's the beauty of being part of great course of certification. It's not the paper at the end that count, but it's the learning experience, meeting others. So that's the key thing, I think. So on that, as I said, I'm tired. I emotionally feel for a lot of my colleagues this week, and I get a long afternoon for this Friday of a meeting with great people. I'm going to perform, as I said, a coaching circle with my fellow onliners. I'm going to meet 2 clients after that. So that's a short cast, but more is coming, especially that you are creating me a proposed value list of things for the Real Agile and also for the Friday Live Agile. And we're going to rethink about it, because the thing is, as you know, I am concentrating myself and prioritizing, of course, my client. So because that's my bread and butter, but it's also my passion to bring them to where they want to go. So social network, it's just an add-on. It's my extra passion, and I like the Friday noon like this to express myself and with guests. By the way, there's 2-3 guests in the lineup, but with summer coming, I think we're gonna expose some ideas from my book, The Next Level Agility, and this chapter of the agreement base that I'd like to test with you. And there's a couple of topics I know people want to talk, like the right to repair movement with business agility, the circular economy. How is a mindset of business agility could help putting this in place? How do we bring business agility now to the level of civil agility? So there's a couple of ask about it. So you could expect it. And if you'd like to learn more about this agreement-based practicing and patterns that I'm developing right now, come and join me at the Scrum Beer again. For those on Rumble and YouTube, you could find the link to subscribe to Eventbrite. It's free. You could give us a tips for the private selection of wine that we're going to buy, if you'd like to share. Otherwise, it's to bring your own booze and bring your own little foods if you'd like to get. But I will supply a bit, and the crew collective too. And we're welcome to tips because the crew staff and my volunteer at the Scrum Beer with Scrum Alliance, we could appreciate to have your tips if you really love what we do. Same here. So it's a rendezvous at the Scrum Beer again, Thursday, June 16, at the Crew co-working place in Montreal. Everything is there. So I love you. I hope you had a great weekend. By the way, yes, it's a 3-day weekend for most of the Norman Sea people. So enjoy it if you have 3 days. I think it's going to be hot here on the East Coast. Hot and sunny with rain, a lot of melting pot. But anyways, be yourself. Be real. That will bring you more happiness because you will feel more fulfilled. And remember, as I like to say, you are a powerful person. You are a beautiful person. And especially you are free to be and to do whatever you want with mutual respect with one another. Happy weekend and see you next week. Already the 27th of May. Could you believe it? Cheers.